We often hear the familiar warning that pride comes before a fall, but in today's digital era, that saying may need a modern update. Now, it seems that broadcasting your crimes on TikTok comes before a lengthy prison sentence. As absurd as that sounds, this is the shocking reality unfolding in Nigeria today. Just when it felt like nothing could surprise us anymore, after endless reports of kidnappings and frightening accounts of airstrikes, we are now witnessing bandits turning terrorism into a form of online content creation. A major breakthrough has recently taken place in Kwara State, one that links together many pieces of Nigeria's ongoing security challenges. The Nigeria Police Force has arrested a notorious bandit kingpin who didn't limit himself to terrorizing innocent people. Instead, he took to social media, openly showcasing his weapons and boasting about the millions he earned through ransom payments. The timing of this arrest could not be more significant. This development comes at a moment of extreme pressure in the Northwest, where U.S. airstrikes and Nigerian military operations are relentlessly targeting forest hideouts. Like rats abandoning a burning ship, these criminals attempted to flee only to walk straight into a trap in Kwara State. The details of this case are so dramatic that they feel pulled straight from a movie script. On Friday, December 19, 2025, operatives from the Force Intelligence Department's Intelligence Response Team, known as the FID, executed a successful covert operation. They worked closely alongside the Kwara State Police Command. For those familiar with the region, the operation took place in the Kayama local government area, specifically along the Kmen-Masalochi axis. Kayama holds immense strategic importance. It is a border town surrounded by dense forests that connect Kwara State to Niger and stretch toward the borders of the Benin Republic. For years, this terrain has served as a discreet refuge, a place where criminals from volatile northwest regions such as Zamfara and Katsina retreat when pressure intensifies in their home territories. With reports confirming U.S. drones and Nigerian fighter jets raining fire on bandit camps in the northwest, it was only logical for these high-profile criminals to attempt relocation toward the north-central region. They believed Kayama would offer safety. That belief proved disastrously wrong. Two major figures from the kidnapping underworld were captured. The first is 30-year-old Shehu Muhammadu, widely known as Gidi. However, the individual drawing the most attention is 26-year-old Abubakar Osman, better known as Sidi. Sidi represents a disturbing new breed of criminal, one driven by fame as much as profit. Police revealed that he was recently identified as the individual featured in a viral video that spread rapidly across the internet. In the footage, there was no attempt to conceal his identity. Instead, he openly displayed high-caliber firearms and flaunted thick bundles of cash, proudly advertising his wealth. The arrogance is staggering. So too is the pain inflicted on the families who paid those ransom sums, only to see their suffering paraded on TikTok or WhatsApp statuses as a boast. Such blatant impunity is enough to make anyone furious. Sidi believed himself untouchable, a star within the criminal underworld. What he failed to realize was that the same internet he used to show off would become the very tool used by intelligence operatives to locate and arrest him. This moment invites a broader discussion about the role of social media. We often imagine intelligence work as something happening deep in the bush. Yet sometimes, it's as simple as an officer watching a TikTok video and recognizing a face or identifying a familiar landmark. What does it say when criminals effectively expose themselves for online validation? It would be almost humorous if the consequences were not so deadly. If you are finding this breakdown insightful and want to continue getting the real story behind the headlines, go ahead and hit that like button now. Doing so helps push this video to more viewers who need reassurance that the law is still functioning. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell. We follow these stories daily, and you won't want to miss what unfolds next for these suspects. Now let's examine what was recovered, because when headlines mention millions, the numbers truly add up. When police intercepted the suspects in Kmen-Masalochi village, they uncovered far more than loose change. Among the items seized was a brand new Honda AC-125 motorcycle. While it may seem like just a bike, in the world of banditry, a powerful motorcycle like this is the equivalent of a luxury SUV. Authorities valued the red motorcycle at an astonishing 1.8585 million naira. Even more disturbing, investigations confirmed that the motorcycle was purchased directly using ransom proceeds. That means 1.85 million naira extracted from a desperate family was transformed into a tool for escape. In addition to the motorcycle, officers recovered 500,000 naira in cash, described as unspent ransom money. Altogether, this amounts to over 2.3 million naira in assets recovered from just 2 individuals traveling on a single motorcycle. However, the most alarming discovery wasn't the money or the bike. It was an AK-47 rifle. The weapon was fully loaded, with a magazine containing 20 live rounds. Take a moment to absorb that, 20 rounds. Potentially, 20 innocent lives. Removing even one such weapon from circulation is a victory that cannot be measured in naira. Early investigations indicate that Sidi and Gidi are members of a notorious gang responsible for terrorizing a vast area of Nigeria, stretching from Zamfara and Katsina in the northwest down through Niger and into Kwara in the north-central region. This finding confirms long-standing warnings from security experts. These are not small, isolated groups. They operate as a syndicate. When airstrikes hit Zamfara, they relocate to Niger. When military pressure intensifies in Niger, they shift again, this time toward Kwara. Beyond kidnapping, they also function as suppliers, moving weapons and ammunition to other criminal groups. Dismantling them disrupts a critical supply chain within the wider banditry network. The backdrop of U.S. airstrikes and intensified military action silently shapes this entire story. Why would a kingpin based in Zamfara suddenly surface in a village in Kwara? Because their safe zones no longer exist. Reports of forest bombardment and the elimination of figures like Tuji Bello have forced these criminals into constant movement. And when they move, they make mistakes. In Sidi's case, his hunger for online fame only made him easier to track. The Inspector General of Police, Dr. Kyot Egan, publicly praised the operatives involved in this operation. He reassured Nigerians that the police remain committed to dismantling criminal networks, whether they hide deep within forests or openly on social media platforms. The suspects are currently cooperating with investigators, a development that should alarm the rest of their network. Cooperation often means full disclosure. They are likely revealing names, camp locations, and the identities of their CM suppliers. In an effort to reduce their sentences, this arrest could set off a chain reaction, leading to the capture of additional kingpins in the weeks ahead.